It's time for volleyball action here in the gym at East Lyme High School. The 8-1 East Lyme Vikings take on the 7-5 Ledyard Colonels as game day brings you the first of what will amount to finals action in all fall sports. And, of course, Casey O'Neill along with the Sports Doctor. It's good to have you back, Sports Doctor. It's been a little while since you and I have co-hosted a game here.
Yeah, I've been on the sidelines, Casey, reporting from the sidelines. But yeah, good to be back in the booth. And like I said, I guess this is our version, or the ECC's version, of Championship Week.
We're calling them finals. Game Day is brought to you by the Byrnes Agency. Like Game Day, the Byrnes Agency is always local and live. We focus on local community. You'll always get a live person on the phone. So remember, you buy better at Byrnes. And Waterford Dental Health voted the #1 best dental practice 6 years in a row by the Day's Best of the Best Reader's Choice Awards.
Well, the big surprise here, Casey, tonight is the Ledyard Colonels sweeping you Waterford Lancers to get to this game. And Jack Biggs with a few missing pieces out there at 8-1, looking to win a championship.
Skylar Bell will serve first for East Lyme. Weak side, putting it away early, and just out of bounds. It says it goes. That was Kira Kasim, and a 1-0 lead for East Lyme. But powerful front line of Ledyard. They're playing good volleyball right now.
Yeah, they are on a roll. Like I said, the big 3-0 sweep over the Lancers to get themselves in position here, do some good work, and right out of the chute, Skylar Bell serving notice.
Yeah, that's a big serve right there for the diminutive freshman, Skylar Bell. She is the libero on the East Lyme side of things, and that was a powerful serve. Little half jump, little line drive. Good angle on that.
Just want to thank Jack Biggs for starting on time today, not early. Last time Peter Wappy and I were here, we got kind of caught off guard. Thank you, Coach.
And into the net goes Lako, and a quick 3-0 lead for the Vikings.
Well, you got that front line of Freed and Ryan Nagel, Gata out there as well. So East Lyme, Casey, strong up front.
Fourth serve for Bell, and nicely done this time. And she forgoes the spike, and instead Lako dinks and dunks her way to a point. And serve will switch over to Ledyard, and serving for Ledyard will be Hannah Avila. Little jump serve. Gata, and then spike was rejected. Freed with,
Yeah, Lako at the net serving notice early. Yep.
So Lako and really just kind of stood her ground, and 3-2.
Freed likes that right side.
Good rally here. Far side it goes. Oh, nice dig. It's a best rally early on. Oh, beautifully done. Amadon.
Little miscommunication that time up front by Nagel and Dubriel. No man's land on that ball. Hit it with a 8. Good action here early, 3-3.
3-3, oh, beautiful serve. High into the rafters it goes. Weak side spike, kept alive. And into the net it goes, and it'll be turnover to East Lyme. That was Kasim trying to bang it away, and she was a little far away that time. Couldn't quite get it. Serving for East Lyme will be Shaylin McMunn. Near side setup. Back to Freed again. It goes with a spike and a point. Beautifully done, Ella Freed.
Yeah, no, one thing I noticed from Ledyard is, Lako and Amadon up front kind of challenging Freed, so that full-on spike at the net is not there. So she's been mixing it up a little bit, hitting them deep, little touch, volley there. Smart player, very, very good.
And a winner.
Of course, Freed was our player of the game last time we saw the Vikings.
McMunn with the winner from the service ace, and now we've got a 6-3 Viking lead. McMunn will serve again. Back line and another winner. Miscommunication. Polton couldn't handle it. Yes, the last 2 volleyball games that you all did was without me.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
I was recovering from
Knee surgery, right?
well, I had to get back. I had to get back onto the links. Another great serve into the rafters. It goes, but that's like at the Trop. You play that. Weak side again. It goes to Freed. Hammered into the rafters again.
She is tough.
And that's going to be a point for East Lyme.
Boy, Casey, look at Freed on this right side closest to us. When she climbs the ladder, when she hammers that ball home, you've really got to hold your ground if you're a Ledyard Colonel.
Yeah, big hitter, and she's, like you said, being challenged up front by Lako and by Kassim, but she's not backing down, and it's a great battle. Oh, and there's a break for East Lyme as the ball went off the pipe. Just like that, 9-3 and a timeout Ledyard.
Yeah, a little 6-0 run here by the Vikings. This game was tied up at 3 apiece.
Of course, this is the first of 4 finals action we're going to have tomorrow from Stonington High School. Tomorrow we will have a field hockey, girls field hockey, followed by girls soccer final. Yeah. And then on Saturday evening, back at Stonington again, we'll be there live for the boys soccer final. So 4 consecutive finals here in the ECC.
Yeah.
A reward to the kids. I mean, it's worth noting that in this final, Lyman Memorial is not here. Lyman Memorial is 8-0. We're gonna see that in other multiple sports. Some teams.
You can see that in soccer, are we not?
Yeah, some teams went remote, and so you're not getting. The Montville boys soccer team was excellent, and they're not getting a chance. So another ball that went into the rafters. This time it benefited Ledyard, and it'll be their serve. So this is really of who remains. What teams are alive, and you go from there. So Cody Carroll, the libero for Ledyard, will serve 9-4 East Lyme here in game number 1. That's a rocket serve right there. Weak side again it goes.
Good job by Nagel up front for the Vikings.
Kassim. Gata digs it out for East Lyme, and good rally here. Weak side again. Kassim into the net it goes. So we'll get a new server. Now here's for East Lyme. You're going to get Freed serving, which takes her away from the net. So they're a little smaller right now.
They got Gata on the outside. She's pretty active.
Man, what a serve by Freed for the service winner.
I think that's the luxury that Jack Biggs have. And Freed goes back to serve. Brooklyn Gata. You've got Nagel up front and Kappen.
Another great serve and another winner. Yes, it is. So she's all power. I mean, Ella Freed just brings it. Whether she's laying a spike down on the outside or serving, she has got a lot going for her here in the early going.
Good serve.
Oh, what a beautiful dig by Freed. Gata. And out of bounds it goes. And it'll be Ledyard ball for the serve, 12-5 Vikings. So
Freed can come off the back line after a serve and then dive into the middle of the court to dig, to dig something out and send it back to the other side. Active early.
Kassim with the serve. Nicely dug. Set. Gata. Dug out by Carroll. And a spike and a winner from Amadon. Aaliyah Amadon with the put away, and Ledyard trying to hang around here. They're doubled up at the moment, 12-6.
Change of direction at times by Amadon as well. Reversing courts, as they would say.
What'd they say?
Reversing the court. They would say that.
Oh, the sports doctor studied. There's Gata. Gonna give her another chance. Off the net, played, well done. The rally continues. And out of bounds, that one goes East Lyme ball. And the win for the Vikings puts them up 13-6, and out to serve will come Ryan Nagel.
The discipline and the communication on the outside to let that ball go. I mean, I'd want to hit it. That's for sure.
And the barbecue, sports doctor would have barbecued that one up. Oh. Kassim that time Got bad angle, hit that one almost off the back wall. 14-6 Vikes. Another serve coming for Nagel.
Good serve, back line. You know, when Nagel serves that ball over to the back line, Casey, it kind of puts Ledyard on the defensive right off the serve. Tough to regroup, tough to get your stuff set up front.
Yeah, look, you're just you're focused on, you know, not giving up the service winner, and so you don't. That was nicely done, though. That was a good job by the Colonels, but we're going to get a point over the net. So it's over the net, so instead of going straight up, so Ledyard will get the ball and a serve, 15-7 Vikings. And Ledyard's serve will go to Amadon. Here comes Gata for the winner.
The put away that time. Brooklyn, send it to Brooklyn.
Heavy hitter is Gata. 16-7 Vikings on top.
Jack Biggs a little short-staffed, as they would say out there.
Well, he was
missing players.
He was giving me the people who, you know, on the roster. I was crossing names out left and right. Great serve. Muller with the serve for East Lyme. Oh, and I think Kasim got away with a miss hit. I think she was going for the spike and mishit it and kind of went into no man's land for the point.
Well, we've seen the hammer from Kasim. That time a little bit of touch, and it might have been excuse me at that.
Lavinia Hutchins to serve for Ledyard. Oh, the left. Little jump serve action. That's a rocket. Nice dig. Gata. And a heads-up play by Skylar Bell.
You know, Bell from the back line that time. She's got to position herself up front in the middle of the court and make the play.
Gata will serve for East Lyme.
Well, East Lyme communicating very well out there.
That's a good serve. Nice dig, weak side. Point for the Vikings on a.
That's a miss hit, right?
It's like
a
a carry
in basketball.
It's essentially that's the best way to equate it. She didn't hit the ball; she pushed the ball. And well communicated by Ledyard that time as Gata goes long.
18-9, Casey. This is the junction of the game with Poulton serving that you would like to think that Ledyard can go on a little run. You know, find a 4 or 5 point run sooner or later.
Yeah, Poulton's got to, you know, get them some service points here, but right off the rip, Freed puts it away. Now it's 19-9. Now I would say this is right here. This is the point.
Yeah.
You got to be 19-10. You can't be 20-9.
No.
20-9, and you're turning the page. And so you've got your.
Tough to look at the scoreboard if you're Ledyard and see 20-10.
29.
29.
Yeah,
Sorry.
so Bell serving. We saw her serve to start the game. Oh, what a big hit by Kasim, and coming the other way, Freed. Big hitters here. Oh, wow.
Gata. Wow, that was a smoke show. What
Kira
a
Kasim with a, I mean, what's that torpedo that thing was hit?
That Gata is hanging on for dear life.
But, you know, East Lyme's battling it, diving the balls off 2 rafters, the basketball hoop.
Oh.
But there's that 19-10. So now it switches over. Ledyard serves with Avila, and she has got to get some service points here for Ledyard. And there's one. Not yet.
Maybe.
Kept in by Gata. What a great play by Brooklyn Gata. And gorgeous little dump in for the point by Avila, and then she'll take the serve. 19-11, and this is where there has to be they got to come out of this 19-14-15.
I was thinking 16, but okay.
Well, they certainly can do it on the backs of that serve. She's great serve, but other direction for the winner, Skylar Bell. And that's the key is never allow more no runs.
No runs.
You know that we said earlier. You said what? 6-0 run. East Lyme went on, right? You gotta prevent those kinds of runs.
Yeah, game was 3-3, and the next year it was 9-3.
That's right.
That's tough.
And then you can trade. Then from there you can trade points.
That's right.
McMunn to serve for East Lyme. Huge point here for Ledyard because you're just running out of room right now, running out of real estate. Kasim. I think it was another missed hit you got away with. Weak side. Here's Freed. Into the net it goes, and a point for the Colonels. Huge.
One of the very few unforced errors we've seen from Ella Freed today.
And it was never really properly set, off the hit by Kasim. They never really recovered, so serving for Ledyard now.
The heads-up job by Freed, letting that ball go wide.
So Carroll turns the serve over. Now Freed will serve with a chance to pretty much salt this thing away. And long it goes. Good call by Cody Carroll of Ledyard.
That's one of those tough calls to make. If you almost, it's kind of like the 2 strikes, on a batter, anything close.
If you're wrong, it's a huge point. As it was there, East Lyme guesses wrong, and Kasim dumps it in. Now, East Lyme can afford to let one of those go, but Ledyard, if that Ledyard was wrong, it's devastating.
That's right.
Here's another chance. Now this is where Kasim's got to rally off 3 or 4. Big jump serve. And a winner. Gaeta could not handle it. Ledyard feeling it a little bit right now with their big hitter, Kira Kasim. Little Jack Biggs changing a little alignment right now. So Kasim will serve again, 21-15. Ledyard trying to make a little run here in the first game. Kasim jump serve for the winner.
Man.
Feeling it right now. The Colonels have cut it to 5.
That was a hard fastball, a little sinker action at the end of it. Dropped right in front of Freed. Coach Jack Biggs wants to talk about it.
See, they can't do that in baseball. There's no timeouts like that.
No.
The kid would have come, he would have gone to get to the batter and said, Coach,
yeah,
that fastball was unhittable. That's what they're right now. What do you tell him?
Yeah, what do you tell him? Yeah, she's delivering the goods, that's for sure.
If you're gonna hit the ball an inch over the net with that much sink, that's the slider to the back heel of a right-handed batter or left-handed batter from the. The baseball terms. I do.
Yeah.
But that's the thing about the volleyball serve. All of these serves have power, but when they're line drives and they're low, just getting over the net, and then they're moving, diving.
They're moving at the end, yeah.
You have to get on the ground early, and that's a tough order. So 21-16. We'll see if the timeout benefits East Lyme here. As Kasim will serve again for Ledyard. And there you go. Good call. He iced her.
Yeah.
He iced her 22-16. And now East Lyme will serve with
Nagel. Can serve
Ryan
for the
Nagel. Yeah, chance to, at the very least, put it right on edge. Good serve.
Good set here. Watch out on the outside.
Gaeta.
Trouble.
I think that's 3. No, they said, okay, the dig was the 3. Weak side. Oh, that's a heads-up play. Well done by Shannon Pierce. 23-16. That's a big point by Pierce.
Yeah, Pierce bringing a little touch. If Gaeta and Freed are bringing the power on the outside, Pierce says, not on my watch. Excuse me. Good serve.
Oh, well kept in there. That's well done. Weak side, Gaeta. Kasim dug it out. And a stuff on the far side by Simone Capon. And Capon puts it 24-16. Point here for East Lyme with a chance to close it out. Serving will be Nagel for the match. Or for the game, I should say. Good serve. And there's your point. Pierce with the block to salt the first one, 25-16. East Lyme takes a quick 1-0 game, and we should let you know, of course, that Game Day is brought to you by the Byrnes Agency. In your neighborhood, taking care of your home, auto, business, and life insurance needs since 1932. At the Byrnes Agency, you will never get a voicemail, always a live person. You buy better at Byrnes. And by Waterford Dental Health, where our entire team is dedicated to providing you with the personalized, convenient, and affordable dental care you and your family deserves. 177 Boston Post Road in Waterford. Waterford Dental Health.
Well, this game was tied at 3-3, and like we talked about, Casey, the runs, it was 9-3 before you know it, and after that point, Ledyard really made no kind of, it was a trade-off. It was 1 here, 2 there, 3 there, but they made no kind of stand to get on a little 5 or 6 point run themselves.
Well, if you take out, if you take out that 6-0 run, the game is played evenly.
Yes.
And then there's that 6-0 run that sort of is the difference in the final score. Ledyard made a nice run of it when they got Kasim to serve.
Yeah.
They need more of that. They need 2 or 3 people to have those 3 and 4 point service games.
Yes.
Chunk together a couple of runs, and then conversely, you got to just scrap and claw, do whatever you can to try to get that side out, get it on the other side, so you can get your own serve.
Right. So if you win a point, you get the serve, and then you serve 4 your own, that's a 5 point run. That's the thing with volleyball. You get the point now in every possession, so that's what they got to have more of. I mean, very, very tough to do against East Lyme. They're at the net. They're challenging. They're making plays. East Lyme's a well-oiled machine. Doesn't matter who they had on the front line. Freed is the anchor of that front line, but you have Gata and Nagel, and Pierce showed you some touch there too down the stretch.
It's funny because in every sport we have these 2-for-1 opportunities, right? In football, you have the last drive of the first half, getting the ball in the second half. In basketball, you see them taking the shot early to try to get the last shot back, right? Well, here in volleyball, if you can, when you win that point and get that side out, that serve becomes big, because instead you could just trade off 1-1, but as soon as you win that serve, that starts a run, right?
That starts a run. Yeah.
1 is a point, 2 is the start of a run. You can't start a run without that back-to-back point. So, and that I think is what East Lyme did a really nice job of. After they got the service, they held on to it longer. They had I think probably more service winners overall than Ledyard did, and that's what Ledyard's got to talk a little bit more in the second game.
Well, this is 8-1 on the year, and a little bit short-manded a little bit, and like I say, East Lyme trying to win the finals or win a championship. I call them championships. You don't want to call it that?
I believe they're the finals.
Not a championship, Peter? Is that what it is? Just finals? Or?
The girls' volleyball final, I believe, is how we're.
Okay.
The reason I say that is it's dubbing it a championship is a little bit misleading when you got an 8-0 Lyman team sitting out there. So are they the champions, or did they win the girls' final?
They won the girls' final.
The final indicates they won of the teams that played.
We've talked to these kids, during the season, and they didn't take any of it for granted. So when you talk to Lyman, we talked to the Lyman kids, after they beat Waterford that day when Pete and I did the game. That's a defending state championship team.
That's right.
And they were just happy to be out there, and then now they don't have a chance to be here. So
Avila will serve first point, and see, there's not to put too much on Hannah Avila, but first serve of the game, you go long.
You're already starting in the back.
That's right. And so now here comes this one we talked about right here. So here's Bell. You win this, now you're the start of the run.
The run, yes.
Here comes Freed.
Oh, she's tough.
A little bit of a miss hit there, but she gets it over. Freed looking for the setup again. And puts it away.
Miss hit on one, and then right back to you, Ella Freed.
And so
Take that.
And now you got 2-0.
There comes your run.
And here, and now you get one more. You get one more point here. And
3-0 run.
It's a run.
Yeah.
And that's the. I mean, it seems so. It's such a small thing, but it's where you got to grind every point. Every point.
Good shot there for player of the game. Freed going up and getting that.
There's an uncharacteristic mistake, but she's a freshman. Skylar Bell into the net, and so now on the other side of things, Cody Carroll will serve. And here's where win this point, tie it up, right? Rather than giving it back 3-1. Oh, nice dig.
Right. So the team that wins the point, Casey, the teams that wins the serve, has got to put something together off that miscue, or
that's right.
Take advantage of what you got.
Carroll with another chance to serve. And she hits a lot of sink on that serve. Weak side, here comes Freed. Ledyard stands tough. That's Lavinia Hutchins right in the middle there. And all of a sudden now Ledyard up 3-2, and here's the Ledyard run.
Yep. Freed laid off the hammer that time and tried to, touch it over the net. It kind of backfired on her.
I'll tell you what,
Good
I love Cody Carroll's serve, right?
Yeah.
We see the jump serves. She doesn't do a jump serve, she hits it, but she hits it with this hard sink to the ball, and it's heavy. They talk about a baseball pitcher throwing a heavy ball. She serves a heavy ball. Yeah, you know, East Lyme is definitely struggling with the Carroll serve. Side out Vikings will have the serve. Going into serve will be Shaylin McMunn. (4-3) Ledyard. McMunn with the East Lyme serve. Setting up weak side for the spike dugout, and we'll have a little bit of a rally. Here comes Freed.
Has a carry, has a miss hit. Avila.
So back tied up, 4-4. So this will be our last one of this. We'll get you back on the sidelines where you belong for the next 3 games.
Appreciate that.
Freed a little too far away for the spike, and she said, I don't care. Ripping it anyway. Back Kassim the other direction. And there's the winner from Kassim.
Good put away that time. 5-4 Ledyard.
I mean, be honest with me now. I know you love being next to me.
Yeah.
You like the sideline?
You know, for the soccer and stuff like that, I do. I like being down by the action. I mean, I'm a basketball, football guy, and niche sport guy like that, so mainstream sport.
I will say your soccer knowledge has come a long way, sports guy.
Yeah.
Good rally. Weak side set up. Yes,
good
and
winner.
the winner.
That's a good winner right there.
Polton with the put away. And Ledyard up 6-4.
Yeah, holding their own a little bit. Again, rallying and taking advantage of winning a point and then getting a couple serves to go your way. We talked about the runs. You see him get things going on right now.
Yeah, because she's from what I've seen, her serve, her and Carroll have the 2 best serves. Very different. Right, Kassim's got the jump serve. And that's been the only downside to the jump serve. A little strong sometimes. And so on the...
Comes at you with some pace, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. And so speaking of that, stepping up to serve for East Lyme is Ella
yeah,
Freed.
Freed,
You're going to see pace here now, too. Heavy sink on that one, too. Well done. Weak side, it goes to Polton.
That was a good job that time by McNunn, digging that thing out.
Stood right in Hutchins' face. Now I have to ask, I'm going to assume that Hutchins is...
Peter would know that. Many of the Hutchins family. One of the 73 of them.
The winner over there. So the question, Peter, is Lavinia Hutchins a Ledyard Hutchins?
Is she a Hutch?
I don't know the answer to that. I swear somebody told me that Xander was the last Hutchins, but they seem to keep coming around.
The only reason I ask that is because she is tall and blonde and goes to Ledyard, which are all staples of the Hutchins family. So if she's not, what a coincidence that is. I guess we have our story to follow up on in between games. 7-7 and out of bounds on the serve. No, a winner. Called it on the line. Good. So service winner from Nagel, an ace. And that puts the Vikings up 8-7. Mark it down here, Sports Doctors.
Yeah, this is the little run time maybe.
Well, this is where, you were back and forth, 7-7. If you come out of this 11-7 or 10-7, that's a big deal.
On cue, 8-8.
It's like saying what a good free throw shooter somebody is.
Did you miss football this year? High school football?
No.
You really didn't?
No.
Wow.
No,
Wow.
I thought the answer was going to be yes.
Do you think the kids missed it?
Yes. Yes. maybe it's because we've had such a nice fall. We've had such a beautiful weather, and
Yeah.
I've been involved with baseball, and that's taken up a lot of my time. But so I don't know that I missed it. And in years past, when my son played football, I was so involved. But this year I was involved in other things.
Right.
That's a great question. But I'm sure the kids missed it. I mean, it's definitely strange not to have any. Oh, big hit. And the winner by Madison Lako, and we're all tied up at 9.
Peter, did you miss high school football?
Yeah, sure. You get used to having certain things. I understand why we couldn't have it. I think it was a good decision.
Now, it's nothing against football because, like I said, I gave the reasons why I didn't miss it per se. I'll miss basketball. And the reason if we don't have a basketball season, the reason I'll miss it is because it's something to give me life in the dead of winter.
Sure.
Like I didn't, the thing about football is I was still outside having a good time. Nice play off the net by Avila. Oh,
Bang!
rocket!
Ring the bell.
Shannon Pierce with a rocket. Gaeta
Open,
will serve.
Get it.
And here's your run time. 2-point lead, and Gaeta with the serve. If they go up 3, dangerous spot in the game. That's a great serve by Gaeta. Here comes the Freed. Avila weak side to Kazim.
What a dig that time by Bell.
Gotta get this one over. Nice job by Gaeta. Oh, heads up play by Avila. So back to the thing, dead of winter, I want to go to basketball games because it's get me out of the house when it's, dark at 4 o'clock.
Sure.
I'll definitely miss. If we don't have indoor sports in the fall, in the winter, I'll definitely miss it. Sports doctor didn't have enough range.
I did, my back was hurting me. I had to reel it in. 51 years old,
Don't look a day over 49.
Good. Heads up by Pierce, the net. Now that is miscommunication there by the East Lyme girls. 2 kids going for the set. That ball was right in my kitchen. I got that one.
You got that one, though. That was a good job. Took a good hop for you. 11-11, and Avila will serve again. Oh, there it is. The dink, the dunk. Ella Freed, and the Vikings will
Is that a
have a serve.
setup that time by Freed? This time you're going to get the dink and the dunk. Next time you're going to get you're going to get the beat down.
Pick your sport.
Yeah.
You got to give them multiple looks, right? Can't throw all heat. Can't do the same move every time. Got to give them a little something different. Into the net by Lako, and East Lyme 13-11, and now into
This is
serve.
that run time right here.
Yep, Skylar Bell.
can get him going a little bit. I missed football season.
I know you do.
I did.
Weak side it goes. Freed. Big. What a great dig by Carroll. Gonna go right back to Freed again.
Watch out.
He ain't getting that one.
Watch out, says Ella Freed. I will show you a little touch one time and then lay the hammer the next 2.
Here's your
High
run.
she gets up in the air to hit that home too.
And here's your run. 14-11
Yeah.
East Lyme. And you get one more here, and it's
Timeout maybe by Ledyard.
Bell. And
Yeah.
it's a service winner. Here goes Sports Doctor.
Miscommunication, yeah. I'm on it.
And on cue.
Timeout Ledyard.
Wow, you know what?
Hey,
Sports
listen,
Doctor's
you want me on
learning.
the sidelines?
You're learning.
You want me on the sidelines?
Well, it's all sports have the same rhythms to them, and you knew you sensed it. You sensed it was time for a timeout. So 15-11 East Lyme, 4-0 run, and they're ready to. They're poised here. So this is a good timeout by Coach Marciano because you got to break the run right here.
Yeah, talk things over and get things back in line. One of the things I missed about football season is trying to guess who was good, who was going to be good. I think we all thought that. I thought that Fitch was going to be pretty good.
Yeah,
I
Fitch
mean,
showed it. I think New London was going to be pretty
Going
good.
to be
too.
decent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean NFA was young but always talented. Waterford was 9-1, which you guys have still welched on from last year.
Oh,
They were,
Peter and I loved Waterford last year. I remember us telling you how good they were going to be. You didn't want to listen.
But you always ask yourself what kind of season these kids are going to have, and Rudy Bago's here with East Lyme. Who knows?
You knew Killingly was going to be good again.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, no, I think New London, they had a lot. Pratt's coming into his own,
Yeah.
and Callender, and I think they had a lot of talent there. Into the net off of Kasim, and there's a 5-0
It's a big run.
now.
It's a big run right here. This is a nice service set by Skylar Bell.
You know what I missed about football this year, honestly? And this is not to patronize Peter. I missed the wired zone.
Yeah.
I missed wired zone. I did. I missed hearing the coaches and the kid, and the halftime speeches. Oh, nice block at the net by Freed.
You kind of miss, you take for granted the crossover games this year, too. I mean, I like seeing teams from other end of the state. We did a couple games last year.
I missed the Bunnell band.
Yeah.
I want to find out if those kids are still married. 17-11. Here they go right over into the net by Lako, and this is the run right here. It was 11-11.
Yeah.
7 straight points, and it's been all services by Bell.
Yeah, and a little falling apart on the Ledyard side, too. They're not helping themselves.
Bell with that heavy serve. They're going to set up. All right, again, there's that miscommunication.
Yeah.
They wanted to set up Kasim, but I think it was a little bit long for her, and now it's 19-11 in it. And again, this is a must-win point right here. 20-11 just changes the whole complexion. Once you hit 20, mentally, there's this whole thing.
Very hard, yeah. Bell served well.
There's Kasim. They're going to go back here to Freed. Kind of a reset right there. Weak side, Kasim. Nice dig by Bell. And a miss hit, a whiff. Lako mistimed her jump. There's 20-11.
So Bell not only serving well, but went down and got it that time.
I mean,
He
Kasim
hit the
let that
floor,
one.
yeah.
Kasim let that one rip,
Yep.
and she went down and got it. But now here's that 20-11. It just feels.
Yeah.
It just feels like you're swimming upstream now. A great serve by Bell. Coming right back to Kasim. Oh, what a beautiful dig.
Good action here.
And we're going to get into
Over
the
the
net
net.
for East Lyme. So there's the break Ledyard needed at least to get the serve back. 20-12, and it gets into.
Got to have 3 serves there.
And
Got to get the 20-15.
And probably their best server,
Yeah.
Carroll. The most consistent heavy hitter serve. So let's see what she can do. Over the net?
That's gotta
Yeah,
be
it's
over
going to be
there.
over the
Is that
net
what-
on Ledyard.
Was that Paige Perkins, number 22? A little too greedy. I guess I would use the term greedy at the net. Is that a good term at the net when you're reaching over like that? A little too greedy?
Yeah, a little too greedy. Good rally. Going to Freed. And see ya. Ella
Yeah.
Freed putting it away.
Yep, climb the ladder, send it in. Ella Freed. Boy, she is good.
McMunn will serve for East Lyme, 22-12.
She'll work the left side, Casey, then spike it over to the right side. Keeps you guessing.
Kasim, block, dug out there by Bell, and then Freed, just long it goes. Point Ledyard, and they'll send Kasim back to serve. Big serve by Kasim, but Bell digs it out.
Bell has played one heck of a game here.
Yeah, she really has. I feel like the combination, there's a winner, Paige Perkins. I feel like the combination of Bell and Freed has been really, really good.
Skylar Bell, just a freshman for head coach Jack Biggs.
And you got, it's funny because I'm glad that Summer Dubriel's on this team, because what would East Lyme be if there wasn't a Dubriel someplace in the building? Nice serve.
Good dig by Jada. And then the put away on the outside.
Perkins feeling it at the net right now.
These are musts. You must have these points if you're Ledyard.
Kassim will serve again. Bangs it. Jump serve. Well done. Freed. Bell's just going to have to restart it. Nicely done, though.
That's in. Good put away that time.
Polton right in the corner. And here comes a little bit of Ledyard action.
Little life.
This is right around the time last game where Jack Biggs called a timeout as well. So let's see if they get one more point.
One
if
or
he
two
does
more,
that.
yeah.
Great serve. Bell keeps it in. Freed. Little push set over. And there's another one.
Maybe a timeout here to put Kassim on ice like he did last time.
Paige Perkins with the winner. We're going to get a sub. We're going to get Nina Sheehan into the game for East Lyme. And she's going to replace Gata. Brooklyn Gata is going to come out of the game, and Kassim will serve again. And there's what a beautiful save. Weak side, Polton. And right now, I don't know if you looked up, Sports Doctor, they cut it to 4.
4-point game.
And does Jack Biggs want the timeout? Yes, he does.
Yep. Got to put Kassim on ice. She is red hot, as they would say.
She's got the most powerful serve for Ledyard. We've seen her be a little too strong sometimes, but right now she's in that zone, so you just want to switch it up a little bit, give her a little bit of time to think it out. Maybe she comes out a little strong again in the next time. But, East Lyme was cruising.
Yeah, East Lyme was on her way to go up 2-0, and anything you can do to disrupt a player's rhythm as a coach, as an opposing coach, that's stepping out of the batter's box or for a pitcher. I mean, you know about this. You disrupt the player's rhythm, and that's what Jack Biggs is doing.
Absolutely right. Just got to give him a little extra time. Ice the kicker.
Yeah, ice the kicker. Alex Cora's back. We talking about that a little bit?
We could talk about that as well. We can get Peter's take on that as well.
In between games, we'll talk about that.
As Peter Wappy is not only a enthusiastic baseball and Red Sox fan, but
he's a coach.
I would suggest that he is a coach, but I would also suggest unlike you, who's just a flat-out fan, and Mike DeMoro, who's who's
get off my lawn,
who's gotten to be mentally unstable in his old age. And we'll get this right off the bat.
There you
Timeout
go.
called. Same thing.
Yep.
History repeat itself.
Jack Biggs is a coach. That's why he's over there, Case.
That's right.
They're paying him the big bucks. Call timeout.
Who gets the serve?
Freed.
Right into Ella Freed.
Yeah. 2 points away from the game.
Frying pan into a fire right now. Deep serve by Freed. Kassim, that's a hard place to spike from.
Yeah. Back line, deep. 1 point away from going up 2-0. Are the Vikings the MVP of this game? I can tell you right now was Skylar Bell. She played very, very well.
And a nice play on the outside to keep it alive by Polton. I just got a very important text message. Jim Bunicor, athletic director, Ledyard High School, says, yes, she is a Hutchins. So we have confirmation that Lavinia Hutchins is in fact a Hutchins. Thank you, Coach.
Oh, mishit that time on the outside by McMunn.
Cut it to 4. Big serve now.
Nice. It's huge. Every serve here on out's big.
Amadon, got to keep the run going. Here comes Gata into the net. Ledyard hanging around.
Brooklyn Gata, her eyes got this big at the net, and she was ready to send that thing in.
Here comes Amadon again. 24-21. Bell. They're going to set up. And out it goes. Ledyard cutting into this. And another timeout for East Lyme.
Jack Biggs is looking to put the server on ice again. Could it work for a third time?
24-22. I mean, they need to break the rhythm right now. They're
No.
Really, they have not won a point in quite a while. The 1 point they got was on the
serve.
On the serve by Kassim. They haven't won an actual point in quite a while.
Give Ledyard a lot of credit, Casey. They were down big in this game. What was it, 21-10?
21-10, yeah.
21-10?
21-11. 21-11.
21-11.
Yeah, they were
So
down 10 points.
11-3 run.
Yeah. Yeah. Quick math by the sports doctor.
That's right.
Give me the hard 8, sports doctor. What's the odds?
Yeah.
Leah Abaddon with the serve, 24-22. Good serve. Gata. Gonna have to
Got to be over.
And that's going to be out. 24-23. Ledyard is charging right now. And they're sensing it. They're a point away from tying this thing up. Abaddon to serve. What can East Lyme figure out? Freed. She's calling for it.
Oh, what a great dig that time.
Freed again. To Gata. Off the net. Oh, there it is! Double tip and the win.
Put away that time by Nagel off the double tip.
23. They got as close as 23. 25-23. East Lyme takes a 2-0 lead, but a big improvement by Ledyard, a 7-point improvement here. And I mean, it's tough being down 2-0, but you have to feel real good if you're Ledyard about where you are right now going into Game 3.
I just don't hurt yourself, and control the serve, and you're going to be just fine. Skylar Bell is the MVP of that game, though, in my opinion, for East Lyme. She played extremely well. All right, so we got a couple minutes.
Well, first I should tell you that Game Day is brought to you by the Byrnes Agency. In your neighborhood, taking care of your home, auto, business, and life insurance needs since 1932. You know, sports doctor, at the Byrnes Agency, the thing I can't stand when you call places and you get voicemail, you get passed around. Not at the Byrnes Agency, always a live person. So remember, you buy better at Byrnes and Waterford Dental Health. At Waterford Dental Health, your smile and your dental health are their top priority. 177 Boston Post Road in Waterford.
Nice. So listen, we got a few minutes here. Let's talk about it. Pete, you want to come on? And Alex Cora going back as the Red Sox manager? You like either one of you guys?
I've got mixed feelings about that because it feels a little like you've got the stink of the scandal and the cheating.
Yeah.
And part of me likes the idea of getting a clean start. But I think that Cora had some good success there, and he
won a World Series.
He seems like a players kind of manager, and that seems, especially in the major leagues, to be more and more important these days, that you get a guy, not a Bobby Valentine that loses the faith of the staff, right? Like you need a guy that the players are going to want to play for.
I like it. I mean, I think he's a terrific manager. So I mean, he's a winner. Now, Casey, you're more of a baseball guy than I am, but I don't have a problem with him coming back. I mean, he paid his dues. I'm not going to get into the whole ethics of baseball because I'll be here all night with you two guys. But I don't have a problem with it, Case.
So first of all, he's a great baseball mind. He's a great thinker, and he came in, and the thing that he did more than anything else was he was the anti-Farrell. He came in, he stressed analytics. He came in, he was great with the Latino players, Erod, and he embraced, he encouraged J.D. Martinez and the film study.
Bogarts and everything.
And they won the World Series. The second year was not as good. People don't forget about it. They finished. They didn't make the playoffs the second year.
Right.
My thing is, if you were going to hire him back, then why go through the farce of the Ron Renicky era and say, listen, he's going to serve a suspension, he's going to come back as manager.
Oh, okay. All right.
So why are we firing him and rehiring him?
Yeah.
I feel like that's a little disingenuous, but that's all right. If he's eligible, he's eligible, right? He's not Pete Rose. He did his thing, and now he's eligible. So the key is going to be for them. I mean, he can coach. He can be the greatest coach in the world.
They don't have any talent.
They need to get pitching into that place in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
And one of the guys who he's but here's the thing: Latin players want to play for him.
Sure.
And so whether that's Marcelo Zuna,
he is a player's coach, is he not?
He absolutely is.
Yeah.
But he's also a guy that understands, having been a player, but he also understands what it's like to be a Latin player in baseball. So a guy like Erod, who doesn't speak English, values having a manager who understands that.
Right.
Marcelo Zuna, starting outfielder for the Red Sox this year. Watch. Erod's best friend and workout partner. So there's the biggest difference between the first two games. Ledyard gets the first break, and they had to go 1-0 lead. So they're going to send Avila out to serve, up 1-0 here. And this will be a chance for Ledyard. Really, East Lyme hasn't done a lot in the last, 30 points.
A big-time hit by Freed.
Good dig by Carroll. Ledyard playing with way more energy. Kasim, athletic. Nice play. They're going to set Freed up now. Oh, that's so well done by Ledyard. Going right back to her. And getting that one.
Boy, Freed just says, take that. No, you're not going to get that one. That's the far right hand out of end line.
Oh, that was roped. Shaylin McMunn will serve now for East Lyme. Oh, and what a stuff at the net.
That's
Big
Nagel.
Time block by Nagel. Stood right in Kasim's face and put it back.
It's an impressive front line right now for Biggs. Kappen, Nagel, Freed. Big time.
That's, you know what? I got to give Natalie Polton a lot of credit. She waited until the last minute, kind of judged that, saw it was going to go out to the side, and let it drop. And here comes Ledyard's most consistent strong server, Cody Carroll. And the ace.
Oh, I thought that ball was long. I thought that ball was long. They challenge that?
I thought it was long, too. Do we go back to New York? They want the game day footage? Peter, can you rewind that?
Wow, that ball was out.
Break. They're talking about it, but that's a break for Ledyard. That's a great serve, and there's another winner right there. No talk. I think that official's call right there is a big break for Ledyard.
Yeah,
because
I thought that ball was out.
And they would have had a chance to get Carroll's serve done with one. I think she's their most consistent server. And now she's got a chance to give Ledyard a little run action here. That one's out. I jinxed it. So Freed will pick up the serve for East Lyme. Why does it feel like Freed serves like every other time?
Freed or Bell?
Oh, nice little dunk there by Kasim.
That's the setup. We're going to show you the hammer, and then we're going to send you a little bit of the fluff.
You know how they say whenever a player makes a great play at the net, they inevitably get the serve?
Who says that? You say that.
I just did. That's a good serve.
Oh, good dig by Freed.
But Gata into the net.
Boy, East Lyme, they struggle a little bit when they have to scramble off that big serve. When they're in their rhythm and flow, they're very good. But when they're on their heels, it's just, they've been on their heels the last few points.
And Kasim with a miss hit, turns it over.
You think about that, it was what, 21-11 in the last game, or 22-11? And think about, Ledyard has kind of dominated since that point.
Yeah.
Even though they lost the second game case, but they've dominated.
New server into the ball game. It's going to be Lindsay Heidechek. Recognize that name, Sports
Oh, I do. I beat her brother in a race.
You did. It's true. I watched it happen.
Nice shot at the net that time.
Perkins.
Perkins and Amadon at the net.
Do a quick little math for me. Tell me what the points have been since it was 21-11. What the score has been since then.
Yeah, I'll do that right now.
You can count the point by Freed right there too. So it was 21-11. They got 4 or 5. That's 9. East Lyme's got 9.
9, yeah. 19 to 9.
19 to 9.
19 to
Yeah.
9.
Yeah. Ledyard has won 19 to 9.
Yeah, 19 to 9.
Yeah.
if there was a 21-9 run, I'd have it a little faster. But 19-9.
8-5. Ledyard on top, and they'll send Lavinia Hutchins into serve, and yes, she's a Hutchins. Oh, the jump serve. Hard jump serve, too. They're going to go right back to Freed, and puts it away.
Gaeta. That's Brooklyn.
Oh, Gaeta. They
on
went
the
back to
outside.
Gaeta.
Hey, does that mean is the East line look a little tired?
Well, I would have said yes until the last 3 points they've started to kind of figure it out a little bit.
The energy's got to come up. Oh, Gaeta will serve. Hey, make a play at the net, get the serve.
That's right.
Somebody said that.
Volleyball expert.
Yes.
Most of my volleyball I learned watching Olympic beach volleyball. I loved watching men's and women's volleyball in the Olympics. And then the great C. Thomas Howell movie Side Out, where he was a beach volleyball player. Did no one else watch? No one else knows that movie?
No, I take your word for it, no.
Peter, you don't know that movie?
They made a movie for every sport in the 80s.
Yes, they really, really did. And it had a training montage in it, just to let you know.
A Gaeta.
Wow. Ledyard keeping it alive.
It was 4 hits.
Yeah, I thought so too.
They had 4 hits.
Yeah. Or not, because they're giving Ledyard the ball.
Okay, then.
I feel like I saw Side Out as a double feature with Thrashing.
That's outstanding. I preferred watching the Youngblood Side Out dual feature. Little Patrick Swayze, Rob Lowe in Youngblood. You had to have seen Youngblood sports that.
I saw that.
All right. East Lyme needs to figure something out right now because Ledyard is really kind of playing with way more confidence here in the last game and a half. Gonna set up Freed and stood toe-to-toe with her was Lako, but
I can't get that. That's way out of my range.
why don't you tell
Couldn't get off there.
Tell Brooklyn why you weren't able to.
I gotta get off the seat.
So
I don't want to wreck the equipment.
that's what it is. Bell will serve now for East Lyme. 10-7.
Peter, I don't want to wreck
Ledyard.
the equipment, you know.
Bell with a jump serve. Avila. Kasim. Doug. Here they come back to Freed. And just long.
Timing off right now for East Lyme. Timing off as far as setting up defensively off the Ledyard serve. Timing is off at the net, and Ledyard just playing with a lot more confidence, in my opinion. And getting a break. And to get a break.
That's when things are going well.
And you get a break.
There's Freed.
Good job by Avila.
Colton couldn't quite keep it in, and there's the break that East Lyme needed, and they'll send McMunn back to serve.
Good hard spike in Avila holding her ground. Just Ledyard couldn't rally.
And an unforced error on the serve, and that's how you know.
Ton of them.
If you're Ledyard, though, that's what you need right now. There's your 5-point lead.
You'll take it.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and if Carroll can serve 2 or 3 right here, then you've got a little 4-point run, and you're up. You try if you can double up right here, it'll be huge.
Oh, there goes right back to East Lyme.
I mean, how many times have you seen an unforced error just really stymie things out there for either team? You know, you don't see, Kasim doesn't do that very often. Or Freed doesn't do that very often. They're momentum killers.
A big serve by Freed. Going right back to Kasim.
And again, right back on her horse. She had a miscue last time. This time she gets a chance to make a play, got momentum back.
Going to see Nina Sheehan into the game for East Lyme, and she's going to give Freed a breather. Talked about being tired. Just giving I think Coach Biggs might say, even if they end up sacrificing this game, not that they are only down 5, but right now is the time to give people some breather. 14-10, and You're seeing a little substitution action as Heidechek will come back in the game.
Pierce comes back in, too. Heidechek will serve.
Well, I'll tell you, you were fast that day. The day you beat Heidechek in that race, you were fast. You were fast. You were fast. What was it, the 4th race that he ran, and he gave you a 200-yard head start?
Yeah.
Oh, big
smoke
hit
show.
by Kasim. And other direction, rip for the...
Pierce at the net. Talk about bombs away, folks. Kasim and then Pierce.
Heidechek will serve again.
Kasim was from the back row. Pierce was at point-blank range. That's a good serve right there. That is a good serve by Heidechek.
How about game day challenge? Sports Doctor and me, Peter, 2-on-2 against two of the girls volleyball players. Wouldn't you like to see the Sports Doctor take one right in his mug?
I want to see you guys try to dig Kasim and Freed hitting right at you.
I'm sure.
No, thanks.
Because watching those two just drill it at each other has been some of the most enjoyable volleyball.
You do know that Casey's already stopped a 100-mile-an-hour fastball from John McCoy.
That's true.
In the net.
Although, Peter, I am much more of a libero, don't you think? In so much as I'm too little to do anything else. Weak side it comes. Polton. Nice
Good
play.
put away that time.
Natalie Polton with the winner, and Ledyard's not going away. They're staying toe-to-toe. It's now 16-12.
See, I have no doubt that you can put your body in front of the volleyball. It's just directing it anywhere that you want it to go. I mean, that's what impresses me about some of these athletes out here on the digs.
Yes.
Casey, that ball would eat you alive.
I mean,
off
Peter,
of Kasim's hand?
Peter, if it goes off my forehead and goes back over the net, does that count?
Sure.
All right, then I have a chance. So you're saying there's a chance. A service error for Ledyard. Will turn it over to East Lyme. You know, Sports Doctor, doesn't it feel like Ledyard's up more than 3?
Yeah, it does, actually. Yep.
And right now, they're Muller's in to serve for East Lyme, and they're a couple serves away from being right in this thing. Or, the other
Maybe
direction.
not. And that's one thing right now that you're seeing out of Ledyard, whether it's an East Lyme miscue or good play by the Colonels, they're not allowing East Lyme to go on those runs. I think East Lyme's not allowing East Lyme to go on a run, too.
And there's a service error from Hutchins.
So Coach Bill Glennie requests that you guys can play volleyball, just don't let it be beach volleyball. Nobody wants to see you guys in the beach volleyball outfits.
I would agree with that.
I would have worn. I'd wear shorts and t-shirt.
I agree with that, too.
Dang.
I got a lot going on right now. My body's not in the best of shape.
Good serve. And out it goes.
Nice job by Freed by just kind of hanging on that end line.
I want to take exception to Coach Glenn. I'm in beach shape. You haven't seen a humpback when they beach themselves.
Listen. Coach Glennie's a 122-pound soaking wet.
That's a good point. He wants no part of it. That's all it is. Avila keeps it in with nice job. Polton. Oh, beautifully done. Natalie Polton, she's getting lost a little bit with Kasim's power and some of the
Carroll
action
serving.
She's kind of lost. Polton's been very good on that weak side.
Senior. Good serve.
Yeah, because, she made the play at the net, so she gets the serve.
They call it on the net. Yeah, on the net. Freed was on the net. Freed give you a little frustration hand swipe that time, too.
All right, so here's that point we said. Here's the swing point right here. Always been a big believer in that. East Lyme did a nice job of off the pole, but unforced East Lyme error, and it's 20-15. And this is now, I believe that once you've turned the corner, 10 to you gotta get 5 before they get 10. It feels like a long climb.
Ooh. We talked about this is the first game that Ledyard played with the lead, right? Started with the lead, 1-0. Tough.
So Kasim. Nice
Good dig
dig.
that time by Data. Here comes Freed on the outside.
And the
Send
winner.
it in.
Yeah.
Boy, that had something brewing. You could see Freed measuring that ball up, climbing the ladder, and say, take it.
We've seen a lot of good volleyball over the past couple of years, but I don't remember any teams having the power back to the Kasim-Freed matchup has been fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. Bell will serve for East Lyme. Jeez.
That's a rocket right there. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
They dug it, and it went off the ceiling.
Yeah.
Because of the power of Kasim. That is a just unbelievable.
Rocket shot that time by number 15.
Avila. And into the net. Right now, East Lyme's playing a little tired.
Out of sorts, yeah, they're tired. When you're not jumping as high, when you're spiking balls into the nets, when you're not talking, Casey, not communicating, that's fatigue.
And there's the break East Lyme needed. Now they're within 5 and the serve. And they'll send McMunn back to serve. Substitution, East Lyme will send Capon back into the game. Heads up play by Freed at the net.
Got to be careful there. Almost a little too greedy, as a sports doctor would say at the net.
A little too greedy. McMunn, this is crucial at this point that you got to get your serves in. No, you cannot put one into the net, cannot go long. Just get it in play. Good deep serve. Good setup, though. And Kasim, just long.
Oh, boy.
Man, I don't know how you see that. That thing's going 102 miles an hour.
Yeah, Ledyard's going to call timeout.
Well, East Lyme's cut it to 3.
It's a good timeout. It's a good timeout.
You got to cut that momentum because I feel similarly to game 2 that if this thing gets to be 22-21, something like that, it's
a different game.
A little tight little thing. So to circle back and finish my final bow on Alex Cora.
Yeah, you never really gave your opinion whether you liked it or not.
I think it's a good hire. I'm glad he's back because I think he taps into some of the things that they'll need, which includes recruiting players to play in Boston.
Right.
He's an attraction.
Yeah, sure. Was there any chance of Veritek getting that gig?
Not yet.
No.
Not yet.
Okay.
A few years he's still in the mix, but not yet. And plus, he's a Heim Bloom. I mean, Cora's like the perfect Heim Bloom kind of guy too. So, despite the issues he had earlier, McMunn, good serve, sitting up, nice dig by Freed.
Well, that was all Ella Freed. Her defense led to offense right there. She went down and got it one-handed.
Huge serve here coming up from McMunn, 22-20. Can they cut it to 1? East Lyme up 2-0, trying to close out Ledyard here in the girls' volleyball final. Setting up.
A shot by Nagel at the net.
Setting up Freed.
That was a big point right there. That was a big swing. That could have been 22-21 on the put away by Freed, but right now Carroll has a chance to serve 2 points for the game. Jack Biggs will talk about it. That was a huge miss hit that time by Ella Freed.
Absolutely. 23-20. And again, first game, 25-16, East Lyme kind of cruised.
Yeah.
They're cruising in game 2, up 21-11. And hold on to a 25-23 win.
Yeah.
And this game has been, I know it's a 3-point game, but it feels like
Ledyard's dominated
the
game.
Like it, right? So, you get if you're Ledyard, you get this one. And then, what's to say? I don't see why you feel like you don't run off 3 straight.
Right, yeah, no.
And if you're East Lyme, you got to figure some stuff out right now.
It's Kevin Millar. Don't let us win this one.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
Kevin Millar.
I remember.
Why not us?
Well, I remember having the conversation back then, how it set. It did. No one had ever done it. But if you win this one, and then you got Schilling, and then you got Page, you're sitting. Suddenly you're going, we got a shot to do this.
Yeah, sure.
But you got to get that one. And Peter was right. Don't let us win this one. And that's right where East Lyme's got to be thinking. They want this one to end now. Going right back to their money man. Freed, she goes long. And Ledyard, point away. Have we ever done a 5-set volleyball match? Didn't we do one last year that went like 6 hours?
Oh, I think it was here. It was NFA against East Lyme, maybe?
Yes, it was. Yeah. And I had to leave. Just
Boy,
long.
that was close. That's one of those, there's 2 strikes. Do I let it go for strike 3 or what?
Freed, no margin for error.
No.
She needs 3 points. And right away.
Tired.
Ledyard, 25-21 Ledyard, and we are now 2-1 as we head into game number 4. Game Day is brought to you by the Byrnes Agency. Like Game Day, the Byrnes Agency is always local and live. We focus on local community, and you're always going to get a live person on the phone. So remember, you buy better at Byrnes and buy Waterford Dental Health, voted the #1 best dental practice 6 years in a row by the day's Best of the Best Reader's Choice Awards. Casey O'Neill, along with the sports doctor, Keith O'Brien, Peter Wappy, and we're here at East Lyme High School, 2-1 Vikings.
Yeah, 2-1, little momentum here by Ledyard. One thing I do miss about the football season, Casey, is we don't get a chance to talk sports anymore. So that's why I talk about the Red Sox, and I'll throw in, we talked about Notre Dame a little bit. What a great game against Clemson. How about the passing of Tommy Heinsohn? When you talk about in sports and where greatness is ranked in the history, and I think he's only one of four people in the Hall of Fame as a player and a coach.
And as a broadcaster, he'll be in, if he's not.
He's tremendous. I mean, he did a lot of work with CBS back in the day, and obviously he was Mike Gorman's sidekick for a while. But
and where did he go to college?
Yeah, the Holy Cross.
Which is why the Zinc
Man,
the Zinc Man, the elder O'Neill.
Yeah, sure. Not by much.
Was a huge koozie, but he will tell you that the one thing that people don't realize, Tommy Heinsohn, brilliant man.
Yes.
No, like genius guy. Like he's one of the smartest. Like you'd never know it because he's out there giving Tommy points.
I love Walter. You know what I mean? It's just so yesterday when he passed, or 2 days ago when he passed away, a buddy of mine texted me, I love Walter. But if you wanted to hear a guy that knew basketball, like you said on some of the broadcasts, but if you like that hometown cooking, when you watch it, he was there. He was always berating the refs and a Tommy point and also point.
He did something
awesome.
that I thought was impossible because growing up, as I'm sure you did too, we listened to Johnny Most.
Yeah, Johnny Most, yeah.
Who was, the great,
yeah.
Bird stole the ball. DJ with the ball, piddles and diddles, stop, pop, bang. I grew up, that was the homer call of all time. I loved Johnny Most. Heinsohn kind of seamlessly, him and Cousy, took over and sort of.
Yeah, and then Gorman, Mike Gorman did the play-by-play, and it was tremendously fun to listen to.
Huge Heinsohn fan, and like I said, my father will tell you the thing that people don't realize is he was a brilliant guy.
Yep, tremendous basketball player, tremendous talent, and his career got short because of his knees. He was a little bit beat up, but just an ambassador. You talk about guys. We talked about this. People who have left their mark in this world, whether it's been Eddie Van Halen passing away, Tommy Heinsohn left his mark. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, kind of a beloved figure. People, I think even opponents kind of appreciated the fact that he was a homer.
Yeah.
They didn't. Cause he wasn't trying to hide it. He was.
No. Well, I always talk about the history of basketball too. Those Celtic teams back then, just forget about it. Just tremendous. He was, I think Tommy Heinsohn was one of the guys instrumental in bringing Johnny Havlicek into the Celtics too, behind the scenes and stuff like that. And John Havlicek was a great, but a great player.
Play a little bit.
Good football player too at Ohio State. He was a tight end.
He's
all right.
He can play a little bit.
He's all right. Yeah.
He can play a little bit.
Dave Cowens. If we can go on and on about
one
the Celtics.
One of my early favorites.
Sure. Yeah.
Cowens.
Yeah.
All right, so Ledyard will serve with Avila here. Just game 4. East Lyme 2-1. And crucial to get off to a good start, both sides. Don't you feel right now, despite East Lyme getting that point, don't you feel like Ledyard quicker to the ball, just getting to more stuff?
Yeah, I said that. I think at the end of the game too, East Lyme looks a little bit tired. They got to try and find that energy to win the finals. I'm not going to say championship.
Well, Skylar Bell, East Lyme's libero to serve.
Great second game with her serve, so that comes on you quick.
Going to Freed, and a winner. quick 2-0 lead by East Lyme.
So if I'm over there and I'm Jack Biggs in between games, I'm talking about communication and I'm talking about energy. That's the two things I focus on. Was your knee hurting you?
No.
Is that the one you had operated on?
Yeah.
No.
Bell with this time a little change-up serve. And
nice job that time.
kept
Madison
it in.
Lako.
Yep, kept it in on the line, 2-1. If I was Jack, I remember in I think it was game 2, Kasim put one away and the ball went off the back wall, and there was 3 East Lyme players diving for it.
Yeah.
Felt like that disappeared in game 3. They weren't moving around as well. That's a great serve by Carroll.
No man's land.
Heavy ball.
Carroll.
She's got the Derek Lowe of serves, as we talk about Red Sox. And there's a service error, ball 4. And it'll be a quick change over here, and the Vikings will serve, and they'll send McMunn back to serve.
Kappen back into the game.
Good serve by McMunn. Out it goes, and a little seesaw action here in the early going.
So, Casey, I saw a thread on Twitter a couple of weeks ago. Game 7 of the World Series, who you starting, John Lester or Pedro Martinez?
That's, no offense, but
Pedro Martinez.
That's the easiest question I've ever heard.
Johnny Lester did spend $47,000 in beer.
Listen, John Lester's exit from Chicago was fabulous when you buy the whole town a drink.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a great idea. But Pedro Martinez, I don't know how to say this. Pedro Martinez is the greatest pitcher of the last 50 years.
They're better than Clemens.
Yes, he's the greatest pitcher of the last 50 years. He's the Sandy Koufax of this generation.
That's a strong statement. Bob Gibson's up there. You know, that's a strong statement.
I said last 50 years. Bob Gibson was not in the last 50 years.
Oh, he was
Put away.
67.
Put away by Amadon.
Yeah, 67. You're right. Yeah.
And I'm sorry, but the correct answer is Derek Lowe.
Well, you're doing a write-in. You're doing a write-in ballot, Peter. And I can't argue. Listen, I can't argue Lowe's success from in terms of just a, but by the same logic of Derek Lowe, I'd be starting Buddy Biancalana at second base. So, thank you for that reference. Weak side going to Freed. And you know what? She looks a little tired. A little tired.
That lifted and elevation is not there, and ball's going into the net.
Yeah, a little bit.
Derek Lowe, master of Game 7 in the playoffs.
Agreed.
If nothing else.
If nothing else. Oh yeah, served by Kasim.
Good dig that time by Bell.
And if I'm Freed, I might go dink 2 or 3 in a row.
Yeah.
I might just
save your gas.
Exactly,
yeah.
and also get them going. What are you doing here?
Yeah, what do you expect?
Because and then maybe when you come back, you don't have to be quite as perfect. That's great serve though.
Yeah. Good communication.
Gata.
Little better as far as communicating that time by the Vikings.
A little long by Perkins, but they're going to say it was tipped. They're going to say that was tipped, so it's going to go. They're going to say point Ledyard. That's
big.
So Amadon will serve. Bell. Now here we go, coming back to Gata. And stuffed by Paige Perkins. Tell you what, Perkins is tough at the net. I'm going to call it right now. We're going to a 5th game.
Good serve. Again, out of sorts.
And listen, that's
you got a freshman out there.
That's your libero, though. That can't happen. That can't happen. The one thing Skylar Bell's got to do, she's got to own that communication. She'd be the first to tell you that. She'd say that's on me. Good dig by Gata. I'll tell you right now.
Yeah, there. Paige Perkins with the put away, but Jack Biggs going to talk things over.
Ledyard is outplaying East Lyme
Yeah.
right now and has been for about 2.5 games.
Since the end of game 2.
But almost 2 full games, right?
Yeah.
The latter part of game 2, all of game 3.
Yeah.
And here now in game 4.
Listen, if you're East Lyme, you do not want part of game 5. If you want to end things, you want to end things now. Because I think the Vikings are out of gas a little bit, and I think the Colonels are starting to feel it. What a turn of events, huh? 25-16. Outside of that big 6-0 run when it was 9-3 in game 1, Casey, I think Ledyard's kind of really hung in there and almost outplayed East Lyme.
Yeah, it's funny because you're right. It's been a couple of East Lyme runs, but other than that, and I feel like right now that Ledyard's quicker to the ball. They're playing with more confidence and power, and East Lyme seems on their heels a little bit. Now, I like that Coach Biggs is giving Freed a little bit of a rest, right? So we're going to get Ella Freed on the bench for a minute because I think she could use a little energy reboost. And Gata, a little miss hit. Good rally. Coming back to Gata.
Off the net.
Now, I don't know how much you watch tennis, but sometimes in tennis you'll see the first 2 sets, close, and then the third set, epic, and
swing set, the swing game.
And the last 2 sets are like not even competitive.
Right.
So it's like 6-4, 6-4, 6-7, 0-6, 0-6, because the guy, like a team just either they find the weakness, they run out of gas. Right now, East Lyme can't get out of their own way.
No.
And Jack Biggs is trying to come up with an answer, and he doesn't have one.
No, this is a big hill to climb right now, 12-4. That doesn't help.
So into the game to serve. Into the game for East Lyme is Pierce, and Bell will serve.
Bell's been their best server, too.
Holton dug out. Nice job, Gata. They're going to go right back to Gata.
Big shot by Bell, huh?
Yeah, Polton ripped it. Bell, look at that.
From the back line.
Diminutive Bell taking it on her own hand. And Kasim.
Gotta go over. Nice job by Gata. Good action here.
And Ledyard is feeling it right now.
Paige Perkins delivering the goods out there for the Colonels.
The Colonels are on fire right now. They can do no wrong. 13-8. Excuse me, 13-5. An 8-point lead, and Perkins to serve. And a turnover to East Lyme. And over to serve. The Vikings will have the serve. Jalen Mueller will serve. Backline, Bell. Oh, that's a winner by Bell. Tell you what, that's a big play. Big play. If East Lyme makes a run, that's the play right there that kind of turns it around.
Big hit from the back line for Bell. It kind of ate up Amadon a little bit.
You know, I want to give a mention to for Ledyard. I want to give a mention to Kasim's motor, because you're talking about, she's one of their bigs on the front line, heavy spiker. She's max energy, but she's jump serving. She's one of the best players on the floor. Everything is raw power. How many times has she had to wind up and hit with all that energy? And she doesn't miss a beat. She hasn't taken a play off. Weak side, here's Gata. The Vikings now on their own little run have cut it to 4.
Now, all this with Freed on the bench. Like you talked about giving one of your best players a little bit of a blow. If you can, Casey, if you can creep back and kind of tie this game up and get her home for the last 10, 12 points, that's huge.
Oh, there's a break.
Excuse me.
Big break on the net. And I will say, a play I don't like in volleyball. Not a fan of the ball hitting the net and being live, but that's a volleyball rule. It's it's not like the girls don't know that, but I don't like that.
Well, I mean, you don't have to like it.
I'm just saying.
It's a rule.
I'm not arguing it. I'm saying that it's a rule that I would, if I were the czar of all things volleyball, I would change.
I mean, so you want the perfect serve on every play?
Tennis, what happens when it hits the net?
It's a let serve.
That's correct. And what happens?
Well, you do over.
That's correct.
All right.
So if it hits the net and goes over on their side,
you want to do it over?
Reserve it. If you hit it into the net again, you're out. That's right.
Pete?
So then you don't want them to be able to play a ball off the net either. 'Cause you can't have both. Or you gotta have both or neither.
I disagree. I disagree. Why can't I have it both? Because it contradicts itself? All right, you're right. I'm heading into sports doctor territory, Peter. You're making sense. Oh, the Ledyard gets a bad break off the rafters. All right, Peter, if you're going to make sense, then I'm going to have to say leave it as is, because I like the balls off the net.
Imagine that.
Big run here for the Vikings.
Little life in the Vikings right now. Big serve that time. Polton wants it on the backside, and great dig by Bell.
Bell is just doing everything. Pierce.
Long and out. Polton will serve. I like the energy and physicality that Polton has had over the last, game and a half. She started to exert herself, and she's a good server as well. It's a heads-up play. Pierce, savvy at the net, and who's checking back in? Sports Doctor right on cue.
Yeah, Ella Freed.
So good minutes. Good minutes they got out of Nina Sheehan. But now Freed's back in the game. Gaeta will serve. Oh, great serve by Gaeta. Gonna set Freed up right away. No, gonna go middle and
Pierce
away with Pierce.
Oh, send it home.
Shannon Pierce with a rocket, and we're down with a point now. East Lyme starting to turn it around here in game 4.
Yeah, there's a little bit of life for the Vikings, huh?
I love
Shannon Pierce gets fresh legs.
Yeah, I love sitting. Maybe they were going to her too much, going to Freed too much. Give her a little rest. Good serve by Gaeta. A nice play by Avila. Here they come, setting up on the other side to Pierce again, and another winner.
Pierce back-to-back plays at the net. The first time the smoke show, then the touch.
Here's the thing, though. They would go into Freed every time. Freed or Gaeta, Freed or Gaeta, Freed or Gaeta. By adding Pearson now, it gives a different look.
Different element, yeah.
Ledyard's got to defend more things. And we're all tied at 14. Gaeta, another good serve. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Now, remember when I said before that if I were Freed, I would dink and dunk a couple times? No, now I've been on the bench for a while.
Now you want to hammer it home, yeah.
The first one is going to be rocket time.
Okay.
And then maybe I might mix it up. But first one's I'm going to come back.
I'll let you know that I'm back in the
game,
back in the line.
Assert myself.
Timeout by Ledyard, 15-14 East Lyme. And East Lyme seems a bit energized right now.
Yeah, this is now an evenly matched game. Ledyard, whatever mojo Ledyard had going on for the better part of a game and a half, I think has been quelled. And now East Lyme back into it with a 1-point lead, serving. And we're not at that point yet. Of course, I always look at that 20-point mark as sort of it's like to use another sports analogy, in horse racing, that's 20's the turn to come home.
That's right, home stretch.
Down the stretch they come after they hit 20.
Breeders' Cup.
Did you watch the Breeders' Cup?
I did.
Did you have?
I did. I had the exacta.
Did you have?
I did have the exacta. Yeah.
I was going to ask if you had a rooting interest. Oh, there's that net comes into play. East Lyme with the point off of the net. A rule that just doesn't make any sense, Peter Wappy.
That's a very foolish question you just asked, too, by the way.
Eric, Like a good lawyer, they say never ask a question you don't already have an answer to. And right now, East Lyme is absolutely feeling it. Big run.
Gata's serving it up right now.
Big run. Now they're up 3. Ledyard needs a stop. And there's a great job. There's Freed at the net. Freed and Pierce have been fierce.
Seems like an avalanche right now if you're the Ledyard Colonels, too.
If you combine Freed and Pierce, you get fierce.
Fierce.
Gata. Another big serve, and that's going to be a winner. 19-14, and all of a sudden, it's like
10-1 run here by the Vikings.
I mean, a minute ago, it looked like East Lyme couldn't beat the 3 of us. And now, all of a sudden, they can't do anything wrong. Remarkable. We'll have to ask Jack Biggs after the game. What the heck did you say?
Good serve.
They're going to set up. Pierce. Yeah, she is on fire right now.
She's feeling it.
Right now, Shannon Pierce is on fire.
She climbs the ladder and says, "Take it." Wow.
I think it's the sitting down. I think the sitting down of Freed changed the complexion, in part because it freed up Shannon Pierce. They're gonna get it. Oh, great!
Pierce again at the net with a good save.
Here comes Freed for the winner.
The hammer. There's bombs away right now for the Vikings. Nears your 20-point threshold, 21-14.
And down the stretch they come,
There you
Source
go.
Doctor. And it's all on Gata. Gata has been serving for what seems like an eternity. And she gets another break off the net.
That's okay. It's allowed.
And Kassim into the net, 22-14, and the Vikings galloping home right now.
That's a good one.
Thank you. That's the one thing I've always wanted to call.
Nah, it'd be fun, wouldn't it?
I'd love to do.
That'd be fun, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Guest horse race.
Yep.
Oh, heads up play by Avila, but they didn't fool the Vikings. And a miscommunication by the Colonels, and we are on the precipice of a Viking victory.
And they're off.
Gata has served for an eternity.
Forever, yes.
Her right arm's going to be tired.
Gata, what a dig.
Here comes
Watch out.
Freed. What's the call? Oh, just out. It'll be a Ledyard ball. Ooh, that was close. So an 18-2 run.
18-2 run, yeah.
An 18-2 run by East Lyme. Freed, brilliant, but just out of bounds. But you see the energy right now. East Lyme is, they're sensing it. Avila with a serve. Jump serve. Gonna go set up Freed. Weak side it goes, Kassim. Oh, nice dig.
Good job.
Oh, great effort. But Lako had the right idea. East Lyme needs to break this serve now.
Yeah.
They don't want to let this thing get closer than 6. Avila will serve. Jump, and into the net it goes.
Boy.
Tough break.
Unforced error right there, time by Avila. She's one of their best servers.
So who's going to serve for the match?
That's going to be Bell.
All right, Skylar Bell will serve for the match. 2-1, 24-17, Vikings. Bell. And there's your winner. And fittingly hitting the camera.
Well, outstanding. 3-1. East Lyme Vikings have won the finals.
Yes, they have.
Here at East Lyme High School.
They are the best of the teams that competed. East Lyme with a victory over Bacon Academy, and into the finals they go. They defeat Ledyard 3-1. Of excellent game. So As always, follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Game Day CT, and you can see the Sports Doctor's interview with the Waterford Dental Health Player of the Game. Also, you know, the great smiles, they start at Waterford Dental Health, and nothing creates a great smile better than a great play. So the play of the game, the great smiles play of the game from Waterford Dental Health. We want to thank the Byrnes Agency. Like Game Day, the Byrnes Agency is always local and live. We focus on local community and get a live person on the phone. Remember, you buy better at Byrnes.
Hey, great night of volleyball here, Casey. The first game we thought the East Lyme was going to run away with it. You know, Ledyard played really well and made a great showing of themselves, but East Lyme a little too much down the stretch.
Very talented. I love the substitutions. You know, Jack Biggs, there was a time there when it looked like they were falling apart. Yeah. And he sat down Ella Freed, really allowed Shannon Pierce to shine. And then Freed came back in and they clicked on all cylinders. Skylar Bell. Can't say enough about the freshman.
To me, she's the player of the game. We'll talk about that afterwards.
I mean, can't say enough about her. Freshman just did everything, took it upon herself. And I said that hit from the back line that ends up was the thing that got them the momentum back. Right. Can't say enough. On the other side of things, you know, got to give Kira Kasim a huge amount of credit. Her, Natalie Polton, Paige Perkins. They had a lot of great moments, but Kasim was vicious. Some of the hardest hits I've ever seen in volleyball.
One champion down, 3 more to go. We'll see you probably tomorrow night.
Tomorrow, 4 o'clock at Stonington High School for girls field hockey, and then 6:30 girls soccer. And we will have it all live on Game Day. For the Sports Doctor, Keith O'Brien, for Peter Wappy and the crew, I am Casey O'Neill. See you tomorrow night, everybody.